It was the final Raw of 2024. It was the final Raw on the USA Network, and CM Punk couldn't resist taking one final dig at Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. Raw was hyped up as CM Punk and Seth Rollins being under the same roof in the same building. For once, we actually seen these two end a show rather than start it, or rather than come out in quarter 5. We actually got Punk and Seth Rollins. The logic here, imagine that. 2 main eventers actually ending the show. I mean, wow. Imagine Triple H deciding to put Punk and Seth Rollins in the main event rather than the War Raiders or some shit like that. I mean, Triple H finally getting it right for a change. But the problem with this is, the rest of the show, you have to wait like an hour and 40 minutes just to get 20 minutes of something pretty good.
That's exactly what you have to wait. It sucks, but you know what?
Why was it one and done though? That's the big question.
Why was it one and done? Because that's what they do, man.
Do you remember Austin and Rock, and they would never appear until the final 20 minutes of a show?
No.
Imagine it's so fucking, it's obvious, man. Your top guys, you should be using more than once.
Yeah. But I feel like we're opposite day. Well, say opposite now, where it's like the jobbers get used more than... Oh, here's Kira Tozawa arriving to the arena. It's like, what? Come on. But you're right. Why does it take this last Raw before Netflix for Triple H to actually put a bit of effort into the end of a show? Especially Raw, because I feel like SmackDown do better endings overall.
Yeah, look, main event guys should be in the main event. And that's just the way it's always been. Even if the main event's not a match, it should be main event caliber guys in the main event.
Yeah. No, it should be. But to kick off the show with the New Day, piped in audio.
Yeah, piped in audio. I just don't get it. I thought the New Day heel turn was pretty good. And now I think they're wasting it with this piped in audio and the forcedness of, the boos and... Oh, you can't hear them speak. It's almost like they turned down the mics on purpose so that you wouldn't really be able to hear them, because the crowd wasn't that loud. The crowd was pretty tame, to be honest, and we could have heard the New Day speak, but Woods and Kofi just refused to really say anything, even though you were kind of making them out. So, yeah, that was a bit dumb in my eyes.
How many times we heard people speak over a loud crowd?
No,
like when wrestling was good, like it was always loud.
But at least when they do when they pipe in with Dominic, you feel like Dominic's like trying to shout and he's still getting drowned out.
Yeah.
This wasn't really the case with the New Day. They were attempting to talk and we could hear them.
It's one of those things you can't force. If it happens organically, go it. If it doesn't, then. But then they're probably sent out here with nothing. They're probably literally sent out here with nothing in the sense of, well, you know what, actually. We're going to pipe the music in, or the audio in, to make it sound like you're getting booed, but you're not. So you just go out there and, and and all that stuff. But the reality is, these guys probably don't have it in them to improvise.
You think that's what it is?
Honestly, I think so.
I think Wood's a pretty good talker.
Well, it's not that they don't have it in them to improvise.
It's just there doesn't know the direction to go.
Yeah, they don't want to go against Big Nose.
Well, that makes sense. They've probably just been told, here, we don't really have anything for you guys to say, so just go out there and pretend you're trying to say something, but you can't say it. Although, for me, it's like, you can do that one week, but that's pretty... I predicted it. I called that. See, when they did it the first week, I thought, you know what, that was good. I didn't mind it. But I just hope that they don't do this every week. I think it's fine the first week where you come out and... Because I remember when Jericho had that gimmick when he first came back, and he'd come out and then he'd just like look around and not speak and walk out. I mean, I thought it was good when he first done it, but it quickly grew old, didn't it?
Yeah, no, it did. But...
And that, to me, the New Day is doing the same thing. It's quickly growing old.
Jey Uso interrupts him. Hey, where are we tonight?
I don't know, Manhattan or something?
No,
Texas? Houston?
Hey, Houston.
We got a problem.
Are you down with these guys? Yeet. And then he basically says New Day sucks. These two walk to the back. Then Solo Sikoa appears. Oh, don't worry. Next week, big boy. My big bro. I'm taking on the big cousin. And I'm going to be the leader of the new bloodline, the old bloodline, all bloodlines. I'm the man.
Oh, the blood runs through me.
And then Jey Uso's like, I don't believe that, yeet. But then, believe this, believe that. Drew McIntyre comes down, hits him from behind, right? And then fucking Adam Pearce.
We get this every show. We get it with Nick Aldis and his cronies on SmackDown, and we get it with Adam Pearce and his cronies on Raw.
It's cringe.
And it sometimes happens twice a show, where the GMs and their little back, the trainers, the production guys, the guys that call the matches. It's like, it's so fucking lame that we get this and it just devalues it, man. So see now, it's like, it doesn't mean nothing. See when Taker and Brock and Cena and Brock had those brawls and the locker room came out to try and, you never really seen that. So when it happened, it was like a rarity. But it's the same way. See now, it's like, I'm done. I'm just like numb to Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis coming out there, because you're like, it's the same old fucking shite. And it's with everything. It's like with the ringside barricade break, or they're doing it now with the top. See, if you just keep repeating the same shite, it loses its appeal.
It does. No, it absolutely does. And it is like, sometimes we over exaggerate, right? But it is literally every week, twice a week.
Yeah, it's
it's just copy and paste. It's like the old Universe modes.
Yeah, like ladder matches are great, but see if you had them every fucking week, they quickly would get stale.
And they would
quickly get old.
They have to see that, man.
But like literally, that is all we get.
It's a problem with a face authority figure as well.
No, it is a problem with a face authority figure, but it's just, when did Bischoff come out with his fucking crow? And what was worse is, so you've got, oh no, wait, I'm thinking of SmackDown. But let's just quickly address that. Before Raw came on, they were showing SmackDown for last week, and and they done the exact same thing. But instead of it being Adam Pearce and his guys on Raw, it's Nick Aldis and his guys on SmackDown. Kevin Owens attacks Cody Rhodes, stomps him, goes for another stomp, completely misses, and then you see Nick Aldis like scrummaging across the ground, desperately trying to put his body in between Cody and fucking Owens, and it was like see the desperation of of Aldis to like prevent Owens from getting to. It just looked pathetic that this GM was in try-hard mode to protect a wrestler. I mean, like, this would be, you'd never see this back in the day, like never. No. Could you imagine the coachman?
It's so devastating.
Or could you imagine Fedor Long desperately trying to put his body in between JBL and Taker because JBL's doing some stomps to the Undertaker?
Tonight, player, I'm gonna rub my crotch in the Undertaker's face.
So you can't kick him, brother. It's like, brother. No, but I thought that Nick Aldis thing looked fucking awful on Cody Rhodes.
Oh, it did.
Anyway, back to Raw.
Speaking of awful, we're not born, we're not created, we're made. It's American made, and they walk through the backstage curtain. See this whole, oh look, we now show them where the gorilla position is. Yeah. Wrestling's great, guys.
It's mental that people think that makes fucking Yo, I could never see the gorilla position ever in wrestling, and it would not have changed my thoughts on professional wrestling.
Yeah.
It wouldn't ruin my memories. It wouldn't determine whether wrestling was good or bad for me.
It's actually pathetic.
I mean, how many times did we see the gorilla position? I mean, look at Hogan. Fucking most over guy there was. You never seen backstage in his day. Never. Did that stop Hulkamania if you're running wild?
Don't work for me, brother.
Did that stop 30 million people watching him and Andre? Because they couldn't get to see the gorilla?
It's pathetic. And just the fact, Triple H is sitting there.
I think it's him appealing to them. Oh, they're so desperate to be backstage, we're going to show them a glimpse of backstage.
Again, it's every fucking week. It's a couple of times a show. It's ridiculous. Right, anyway, as for the match itself, Chad Gable wins. Wee bits of interference. Akira Tozawa didn't really get to do much in this.
It was a decent match. I'm not going to bash it, man. It was a decent match. Gable wins but again, I mean, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but he only won this match because of the interference from, what's that girl called in the group?
Ivy.
And it's like, how many times do we need to see men lose because of women interfere? I'm alright with it, but it's when the man just stands there like a fucking retard because he can't do anything. Like, see, back in the day, you had women interfered all the time, and it didn't bother me. But it just bothers me. It's like a cartoon, isn't it? Where you're just expecting like a donkey image to appear above the man's head. Like a moron. It's like, I don't know. I mean, I think they've toned that down a wee bit. I mean, what the fuck is that? I mean, I thought the worst I'd ever seen it was, I remember Drew McIntyre in that feud with Karrion Kross. And Scarlett every single week tried to blind him, fireball him, and the guy just stood there and took it.
I thought we Apple, Drew.
Embarrassing. Well, apparently it's good. Anyway.
Chad Gable, Clark Gable. He won. Liv Morgan's nowhere to be seen. Finn Balor wants to wish her luck. Joe Testore will be hosting the Raw Netflix post-game show with Wade Barrett and Big E next week. Are you excited for that?
Can't wait.
Then we got R-Truth getting attacked during his entrance by Pete Dunne. Their match has been cancelled.
Yep, R-Truth gets attacked by, you can call him Pete Dunne, you can call him Butch. Honestly, I don't care. For me, he's just that annoying English guy that tries to, break people's fingers. That's pretty lame.
He bites them, he does whatever. He's a cretin, man. 5'3", burgundy wearing,
not for me,
midget, jabroni, midget. Is technically the words I'm going for. Right, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, I'm going to beat you. 2024 was supposed to be Mammy's year, but then it turned into the Liv Revenge Tour. Has to end. I agree, has to end next week. Hopefully it does.
Yep, it has to end. I think it will end. And you know what? That kind of makes me think that Rhea Ripley's winning.
Well, you know what? Fucking why not? I'm sick of the same old title reigns.
Oh, aye, because we've never seen a Rhea Ripley title reign.
I don't know, I'm tired. Right, anyway, Dakota Kai defeated Zoe Stark. How about you have some of my fucking humble pie, my friend?
Alright, well, I didn't see this happening. I just assumed that, he had two faces in the other match, so therefore the heel was going to win this one. But what did I know? I was wrong.
Hee-haw. We then got a video package honouring the last 31 years of Monday Night Raw on the USA Network. What a time to be alive. Then, Damian Priest and the War Raiders against the Judgment Day. Tell you what, Big Eric, he's lost a lot of weight.
He has lost a lot of weight, and I mean, Raw Talk at the end of the show, they were talking about how Eric and Ivar are like 3 or 4 times the size of a normal man. Honestly, how can you say that about Eric? Ivar, I'm willing to accept, but Eric, no.
Double would be more fitting, but yeah.
Yeah, double would be more fitting, but it's just, I mean, it's just bullshit, man. Bullshit.
Yeah, absolute bullshit.
Almost took a heart attack there thanks to the Detroit Lions, but...
No, I couldn't give a monkey's about this match, but Damian Priest and the War Raiders won, and it's not made official for next week between Priest and Balor, which means I win, and I look like The Rock.
Well, I mean, it could be announced on WWE.com.
Well, sorry to burst your bubble, but Adam Pearce, after the match, announced that Jey Uso will fight Drew McIntyre next week on the
That doesn't mean we're not getting Finn Balor versus Priest.
It proves my point that the match isn't worthy enough of an advertising. So can you admit it now? Because every other match is getting advertised.
I mean, we'll have to wait and see, but for some reason the Detroit Lions are absolute shite.
Right, backstage, Rey Mysterio orders. Orderly. Then you've got the New Day interrupting, hey, locker room leader, SA. Then basically they bury Rey Mysterio's crew because like, here, you're just Mysterio cosplayers, can't really disagree. But we're going to get a tag team match. When will we get that tag team match? Who knows? Maybe next week.
I mean, maybe next week we could get it then. We'll just have to wait and see. Aye, next week sounds good to me, but I don't think it will be next week. I mean, there's so much other stuff going on that I think they'll probably postpone it.
Right, Ludwig Kaiser came out. I can't stand this guy.
Yeah, Ludwig Kaiser came out. Jesus fucking Christ. Aye, and Ludwig Kaiser came out and just talk shite. That's what he done. I'm watching the NFL right now, man. Right, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. NFL takes priority. £200 on the line here. Detroit Lions, and they fucked it right up. But aye, Ludwig Kaiser, guy sucks. Then Sheamus comes out. We've seen this feud so many times. Commentary team tries to hype up Sheamus. It's Sheamus against Ludwig Kaiser. This has been going on for months. Why is it happening again?
It's fight night.
Anyway, aye, Sheamus comes out, beats him up.
Ludwig Kaiser is European elegant. Yo, where's Gunn for the night? Your world champ, where is he?
Nowhere to be seen.
I wouldn't be surprised if Gunther's not even on the show next week. He's a fuck. No. See if you're listening to this next... I'll tell you what. Why is everything I commentate on fucking shite? Everything I do here on YouTube gets me down. My football club's pish. Wrestling is somehow worse than the football club. It's like Gunther is awful. How are we going to a new era on Netflix where this guy's the mouthpiece?
Where was he?
Fucking,
No, wait, where was he?
That's what I just touched on. He's fucking nowhere.
No, but like, why is he not there?
I don't know.
This is the world champion of fucking Raw. This guy needs to be representing.
He needs a mouthpiece, and Ludwig Kaiser's more like his fucking ring piece. It's embarrassing. I mean, honestly, take the belt off him, man. You can't be going into a Netflix era with this guy.
No, see the people that say, "Oh, Triple H is great." Someone explain, where's your world champ? Where is he? Where the fuck is he?
I don't know.
And see if he's not there. What's the reason? Was he there the past 2 weeks? The 2 tape shows?
I couldn't tell you. I'm going to assume he was in some degree. But like, he's wrestling CM Punk in house shows inside a steel cage. We can't even get any of that.
Yo, you could have taped something. Vignette, promo backstage.
Going for it. Take on anyone at WrestleMania.
What, open challenge or something? Netflix?
I look forward to Netflix next week.
Why not? Netflix open challenge.
The nipples flex next week.
No, but come on.
I know. Oh, fuck, my arms fell off.
Could we not get that?
No, we could have. I think the guy's off. Oh, no, I don't think. I know. He's had his fucking time in the sun.
What are we doing here?
Right. Laya Valkyria defeats Io Sky, and both my predictions come right, Sonny Jim.
Alright, well, you were good at the old predictions. Wish I was good at the old prediction in the NFL. Turns out I'm not.
Right, I think it was a correct decision. So Lyra against Dakota Kai next week. Then it was the main event segment. Seth Rollins, CM Punk. For me, ticks all the boxes. It's kind of repeating the same old shit, though. I will be honest, man. Like, as good as I thought it was, I thought Punk started off strong, but then Rollins comes in with the shit stuff, and then Punk has to come in with the shit stuff.
Yeah, because see when somebody starts shooting on you, you can't really stay in kayfabe.
Yeah.
You have to shoot back, or else you're going to come out looking bad.
But you know what? I know you highlighted it earlier with the highlighted pen maneuver about CM Punk like burying McMahon, but I think that's Punk keeping kayfabe because...
No, I agree. Because he went in storyline, he talked about how McMahon didn't like him. And he also
didn't like McMahon?
Yeah, and he also brought up how McMahon liked Seth, and then Seth betrayed Punk, and Seth betrayed Rollins, and he brought up the whole... the Reigns there. So, I mean, I thought that did work pretty good as well. And then there was also Austin talk, and Becky Lynch talk, and stuff like that.
Austin... No, Punk's right. It was a fucking recycled line for The Rock. Austin can take his ball and go home.
Like, see when I was convinced. See when he says that Austin took his ball, and he went, did the man take her ball when she went home? I was expecting just to turn around and say, no wait, she didn't take the ball. She took your balls.
Aye.
But no, he didn't go with that line.
Oh, Steph McMahon's got Triple H's balls in her purse. That fucking overused line.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad he didn't, but I was expecting him to.
Also, he used to like, she's looking after our kid. You wouldn't know about that, Phil. You just call the women in NXT your kids because they're 20 years younger than you, and you're a pest. You know what I mean, Phil?
There's some. Nah, man, I don't give a shit. That whole fake relationship's no right. That CM Punk's got going on with Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez.
And every other woman under 25.
I mean, he is like the wrestling version of DiCaprio. Like, I'm not bashing the guy, but like, see if AJ Lee broke up with Punk, or if she gave Punk her blessing, I guarantee you, he this whole daughter talk would be out the window. He would no longer be looking at those two as his daughters.
It's weird.
I mean, the guy's pretty much slept with every woman that's in wrestling. And he's probably wanting to make Cora Jade Roxanne Perez next. Don't blame him, but I do think it's a bit fucking awkward with the whole, they're like daughters talk. But, I mean, what can you do?
I think that is weird things to say, like.
Aye.
Is what it is.
Here, maybe I've got it wrong. But you know what? If AJ Lee...
I always thought it was weird, though, when Punk called it McMahon. He's like, oh, you're a sex pest. It's like, mate, you're the exact same.
Seen the amount of fucking women that you've slept with, Punk, man? Like, literally everyone in. Like, I'm not saying, like, it's not wrong. McMahon was sleeping with people of legal consent, and the Punk's done the same. I'm not saying Punk's done anything wrong, but, I mean, the guy is, like, probably known as the biggest man-whore in wrestling.
Phil Brooks.
So it is what it is.
He's got the worst looking fucking dog in wrestling.
Well, that is very true.
Anyway, I thought this was good.
No, I liked it. It was good.
but-
Just had to wait a while to get it, didn't we?
And I guess that's the fuck. I thought that was McMahon. I on the left. I don't know why I did. Like, I'm very young McMahon. Maybe it's one of his bastard sons. They're in the NFL, but again, you win some, you lose some. Like, this could have kicked off the show, and you're like, oh, that was a good start. Then the rest of the show's shit. This time we wait, but rightfully for me, it's main event Netflix. It should main event Netflix, and with that, that probably tells me we are getting Dwayne at the start of the show or at one of the hours starting.
Yeah.
I think Cena will kick off Netflix.
I mean,
I'd like to see Cena this week though.
No,
Also,
I mean,
Cena's went back to the buzz
but
cut.
I can see why. I mean, they're trying to save the guy for Netflix. The way they look at it is, if Cena appears this week, then it makes his appearance next week feel not as special.
Well, they've done a good job of making the guy not feel special with fucking losing to Austin Theory.
Yeah,
a bunch
that
of jobbers like that over the past few years. So
I never want to see Austin Theory beat Cena again. But here, is what it is, guys. This Raw, I mean, I thought Gable, you know what, I mean, I think we've been bashed. I don't mind Gable, but he needs to split up for the American made. It's loads of shite.
Yeah.
Maybe going to SmackDown, fresh scenery. Maybe that'll do him a bit of good.
anyway, guys, I will give it a 3 out of 10. Main event segment saved it.
Aye, I mean, the main event segment saved it.
I was going to give it a 4, but I can't give it a 4 just for the main event thing, because as decent as it was, it's just the same stuff recycled.
I know, nothing we haven't heard before, really. I mean, it might be different dialogue, but it's the same, you know.
Like, when are we going to
Terminology, really, isn't it?
When are we going to fall from CM Punk left 10 years ago?
Aye, I mean, it's over, he's back, get on board. I mean, Seth Rollins wants to talk about how CM Punk's trying to kill the company and all this, and I mean, isn't that what Seth Rollins is doing by holding a grudge, technically?
Yeah, it's like, see when The Rock comes back next week, right? Or Cena, are we going to fucking hold it against them and be like, yeah, you left the company for Hollywood? They did that with Rock, 13, 12 years ago. They're going to fucking do it again. Pointless. Anyway, 3 out of 10. That's it. Peace.